Hey guys, how you doing? Dan here. I was talking with a few of my friends, a couple of them new cannabis patients, and one of them hasn't gotten his card yet. But you know, when you're getting your card, the wait is the hardest thing. And while you're waiting, you tease yourself by going on to websites and dispensary menus. So he asked me a question. What's going on with these pens, the disposables? We got cartridges, we got battery mods. What is it? So today I'm going to help to clear up the confusion and do one on Vape. Let's go. Okay, starting us off is disposable pens. Now, this is a product that I don't usually go for unless I'm going to be traveling and I need an inconspicuous way to medicate. Or if I'm going to be around family, whatever, that doesn't need to know all my business. These disposable pens are great for that. Also, the price isn't bad. For about 1 or 2 to 3 days. The cheapest one is about $25 by me, and that's the one we're going to start off with. It's called, well, this is Nature's Grace. That's the grower's name. As you can see, there's not too much excitement going on with, you know, or actually too many things to complicate things. There is a little bitty window there that you can see. Now this has been open for 3 days. Which is not bad considering that, you know, I've taken, I don't know, maybe a dozen hits and I'm still at that point. What's in there is distillate, usually just distillate and flavoring, but the flavoring is awesome. This one is Applejack. They also have birthday cake, pina colada, and sour Skittles, which I really wanted to try, but you know, I really know Applejack, and I'm a creature of comfort, I guess, and I go with what I know works. And so yeah, there's also a little battery here. Let me show you. See the birdie? Okay, see, I was gonna show you how it only lets you get a 5-second draw, but I inadvertently just shown you how to get past that 5-second stop point. Here, let me show you again. Okay, 5-second draw. Oh God, that tastes good. That is so good. I mean, it's like cinnamon and apples that were picked off of a pine tree. It's really good, really tasty. I love these. But yeah, so the 5-second draw. Best way to get past that little baby draw is to just kind of stagger your hit. Like hit 1, 2, 3, stop, hit right again immediately. And that will get you past your 5-second mark here. Okay, now, much bigger hit, much tastier hit too, but if you're gonna do that, just know that when you're doing that, you're overriding a safety control, and if you do it long enough, it will break, the coil will malfunction, or the battery could even pop, and that's not something you want to have done in your mouth at all. So yeah. You can do that, but just be careful because it does heat up very quick. They heat up very quick. The cannabis profile on these are pretty impressive for just a distillate and flavoring. It ranks in around 85 on the THC, and then, I'd say about 1.6% on its CBDs and activated THC. Now, yeah, there's really no unpleasant aftertaste. So yeah, this is actually, for 25 bucks, this is a good product. If you're into taking really deep, really big hits, don't go with this. But if you need a good way to medicate and not let the world know your business, this is definitely the way to go. With these disposable pens, again, that window showing me exactly how much I have left. A little bubble in there now. So, all right, Nature's Grace. Good job. Next. All right, next up on the chopping block, we got Cresco with their disposable pen. Now, unlike other disposable pens that are just a distillate, this here is actually their BHO wax pen, which is basically wax that was, derived from the distillate. They got their wax out of it, and now they added it to some either some glycerin or some glycol. I don't know. We're about to find out. And that's how you got a BHO pen. All right, but yeah, basically just the same design again. Very good to be inconspicuous or stealthy. Let's see if this has a safety, a cutoff point. Let's see. I want to try to get the R in here for you. I don't know what it stands for. Maybe relax. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, not ew. I shouldn't say ew, but it's, yeah. All right. So yes, it does have a 5-second draw and a cutoff. I'm not sure if you can go over that because this was actually getting a little hot as I was just taking that 5-second draw. Against better judgment, I'm going to go ahead and try to get past that, and hopefully it won't blow the teeth out of my head. Let's try. Hot. Okay, yeah. Wow, this is hot. Okay. You can override it. Oh, wow. And it gets super hot. So be careful that. Don't do it, all right? Just stick with your 5-second hits. There's not that big of a difference. Yeah, flavor-wise, I get wax, okay? But I get wax in maybe glycol. It almost tastes, okay, so as you take your hit, you get the wax taste, okay? A light wax taste. And then it is immediately followed by an aftertaste that's like a bismuth, like a pink bismuth. Or, I'm sorry, like Pepto-Bismol. Or even Malox. Yeah, it's got a real antacid-y kind of taste. Not that pleasant, but the effect is coming pretty hard. Again, this is hovering around like 80 to 85% THC, and then, I don't know, not even 1% of CBDs. So that's, for an extract pen, that's, a wax pen is a good way to put this, because there's really no flavoring. It could definitely benefit from some. And you know what, I'm sorry guys, I know that I overrode that 5-second draw Cresco, but I'm starting to wonder if this was completely thought through, because that got hot. Like, if I would have kept going, I'm betting it would have popped. Yeah, I burnt the coil. I burnt the coil too. So this is $30 gone. Oh boy. So yeah, that's a plus, right? Shit. Let's just go ahead and move on to our next product. Okay, so the next product that we have is like reusable, rechargeable wax pens. Now these pens, there's a lot of makers or companies that make them.
This here is a Pure Champ, or a PC-X. I don't know what the X is for. Extreme, expensive. This was $60, and this was $60 online, so that sucks. But you know, it's good. It's good. You just basically take your extract, you put it in there, you hit your button. Smoke will fill up inside a globe. Usually there's a glass globe or a glass top that goes over this here that, you know, builds the smoke, and then you inhale and blah blah blah. What happens though a lot of times with these is they'll fall and then shatter. Okay, I don't know why. This is incredibly cursed or what, I don't know, but I've had 4 and I don't really foresee myself buying another one because, you know, I just really don't need it. But anyway, you'd put your wax and stuff in there in the top, put your globe over, heat it up, inhale. Now you got to keep inhaling after your hit is done, or else it'll run out these small holes around the base that are for airflow. So start hitting, hit the button, let go of the button, keep hitting, and then once you give things like a second, 2 seconds to cool down, then stop hitting. Because if not, it becomes a horrible mess. You have to keep buying coils, and you know, these have lasted me. These coils last me, I want to say, an average of like a month, but I haven't used it, so who knows. Another good company to go with is Yocan products, and for local dispensaries are starting to sell the PAX or PAX, and then I believe it's the Era. Okay, and this is a stick, basically just a stick. It has a cartridge that you can buy. GTI is starting to make cartridges just for this new stick. You put it in, you vape it, and you know, that's it. You can shake it to turn it on. You don't need this button. It also attaches to your smartphone through an app. You can control how to lock it. If you want to use taps, a sequence of taps to lock it so that kids can't use it. This is great for parents or, you know, older brothers, whatever. If you're around kids, you can also control the temperature from your phone, which is great, because a lot of the times with these mods, these battery mods, you can't. It'll heat up, heat up, heat up, heat up, just like with the pens, and then it'll give out. This one has a 10-second delay. These wax pens have 10 seconds about. But yeah. So, wax pens, there you go. Okay, cartridges. Now, I'm sorry, I used to have a battery mod. Well, I still do. I just don't know where it is. I tore apart my house. My wife's filing for a divorce now. No, I'm kidding. But she's very upset. I cleaned up my mess and still couldn't find it. And so I'm sorry. I had an eLeaf iStick 500, which is a 500-watt battery mod. It has on-off buttons. You can control the ohms, you can control the watts, you can even control the temperature of what you were trying to burn. I used it in conjunction with a Cleto tank, and that, you know, basically made my own e-juice. Unless you're going to be doing that, I would just recommend buying the cartridges that are already pre-filled, and I'm more than likely your dispensary has their own little battery mods. They're about this big, about that big, and they cost $8, and you know, it's rechargeable, and it's awesome. It's really cool. And if you're gonna go with cartridges, that's definitely the way to go. But you know, I feel like for some of these cartridges that you could get a gram of some decent extract and you know, go with that. But if you have a specific reason for using a cartridge, either it being, you know, being inconspicuous, or you're out and you're medicating, hopefully you're not driving and medicating, but you know, I don't condone that. So not too much. I mean, they have the cartridges that you can refill, you know, but like, again, if you're not going to be making your own e-juice, and I'll show you guys how in a future video, but it's just not practical. So yeah, as far as the cartridges, I usually stay away from them. Yeah, not too much else to say about that. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our last product. Let's go.
Okay, the ever elusive terp tank. Now, I've always wanted to get a terp tank, but whenever I've tried, they've either been out or just out of my price range. But it is supposed to be, when it comes to e-juices and certain extracts in general, this is a connoisseur's product, definitely. From what I've tried, these terpenes, okay, first, it's an amazing taste. The taste is out of this world, and you feel it everywhere, not just, you know, in the mind, but in the body as well. But its profile, its cannabinoid and THC profile is very, it's higher than flower, but lower than most other extracts. So yeah. Now, Revolution makes the terp tank that I'm familiar with. It comes with another battery mod that is rechargeable, and then you screw the tanks in, I believe. If you have any other information or know of any other terp tanks and makers of terp tanks, please go ahead and put their names in the comments, just so that you could help your other fellow subscribers or anybody else watching this clear up some further confusion or know what's out there. So yeah, terp tanks are reasonably priced, but like I said, it's a connoisseur's item, so it's not something that I always go for. Like I said, I like to stick personally with things that I know work, but if you have any other questions about terp tanks, go over to either Revolution's site or, you know, your dispensary's menu and just read to see what they got on it. Yeah, it's a good product, and you know, if you're going to try something and you want something new, something that's, you know, kind of ahead of the curve, you know, compared to other extracts, go with the terp tank. All right, well, that about does it for me, guys. It's been a pretty busy week. I'm sorry that I haven't gotten, you know, these videos out to you daily. I am juggling filming and all that and getting everything ready for work and a family, but I love doing this. I'm so thankful for all of the support that you guys have given me. If you like this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Any questions, comments, or suggestions for further episodes, go ahead. Don't be afraid to put them in the comment section. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. A note to other new members that all subscribers will have their names put into a drawing for the Dr. Dabber Valentine's Day giveaway. But it'll be done on the 28th. I know. What are you going to do? So yeah, guys, thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope I cleared up a little confusion, and I'll see you next time.